Study remote.
You're watching News 24 Live, and I'm Jerusha Sukhthiarath. Now, at this stage, we know that 10 people have been killed and at least 30 taken to hospital as gunmen have stormed a university in Kenya. I'm joined on the line by my colleague from News 24 Kenya, Dennis Masinde. He's going to talk to us about what's happening on the ground. Dennis, thank you so much for joining us. Now, could you just start us off by giving us an overview of the situation?
Thank you, Jerusha. What's happened is basically a group of gunmen, we believe between 5 and 10, attacked the Garisa University College at 5 a.m. in the morning. And basically what we are getting from the ground right now is that we have 10 dead, 30 casualties in hospital, and there's still a hostage situation going on as we speak. The terrorists are yet to be flushed out. And so we are actually waiting to see what goes on from there.
Now, Dennis, this has happened at the Garisa University College in Kenya, and we know that the east of Kenya, which borders with Somalia, has been subject to attacks from the Al-Shabaab extremist group. Has any group claimed responsibility for this attack, for the attack at the moment? Do Kenyan authorities suspect who is involved?
So far, there's no official communication from the government or security forces as to who has taken charge of the attack. But we believe, and my people on the ground, we have states categorically that it is Al-Shabaab, and a few witnesses who actually saw them arrive at the venue claim that basically the traits of the attack are similar to what's been done before in the same region by members of the Al-Shabaab militia group. So we do believe that it is the Al-Shabaab, though we are yet to get official confirmation, and so far Al-Shabaab themselves have yet to take credit for the attack.
Dennis, speak to us about the university. Where is it situated, and what makes it, I suppose this is a terrible way to say it, but what makes it a good target for an attack? Why was this university chosen?
Basically, Garissa town is like you can call it the last outpost to the arid part of Kenya, which is basically when the last frontier basically to the Somalia border. So it's an easy point of attack simply because the gunmen or Al-Shabaab can cross over, and the terrain is very difficult to manage. It's for anyone, for police, for security forces. So it becomes a very easy target. And secondly, it is in the middle of the town, of Garissa town. And Garissa town itself has a lot of, Somali influence, many Kenyans of Somali origin, or Somalis themselves who've come in from Somalia and are living in Kenya. And so it becomes a very easy target, specifically because there are many students. There are actually 1,000, according to university records, it actually houses 1,000 students. And again, they're students from all over the country. They're not specifically Somali students, as you can call it. They are from many Christian students who are in the university. So it makes it a very, very, ideal place to attack for Al-Shabaab.
We also know that at this stage, police officials have been wounded and taken to hospital. Can you give us an indication of the official Kenyan military and police presence that are at the scene at the moment?
Yeah, from what we gather, military personnel have actually taken over the rescue situation. Initially, there actually is a barracks just outside Garissa town, an army barracks. So they're the ones who responded to the attack at the first point. Also the rescue situations, getting some of the students out, is being run by the army. So it's basically an army operation as we speak, Kenya Defense Forces operation.
Finally, Dennis, I can only imagine that this must be a devastating thing to see your country battle through. What is the feeling on the ground? What are Kenyans speaking about at the moment? I know that when we were chatting before the cameras started rolling, there was a television screen going in the background, everyone keeping an eye on the news.
Yeah. I guess it's a bit of everything. There's a bit of disappointment, obviously, because it happens frequently in that part of the country. on the other hand, there's been changes to the top, the top security forces, the leaders in the security framework in Kenya, and to an extent, Kenyans expected a better response in terms of intelligence, especially because these attacks happen way too often. So there's a huge feeling of disappointment, and obviously when lives are lost, it's sad, and especially the fact that the students just beginning their lives, has everyone, very, very sad. And hopefully, on the other hand, it can be, this situation, the whole situation can end quickly. You remember the Westgate attack, and the fact that it took 3 days to conclude is what Kenyans are actually hoping will not happen. Kenyans hope that it will end much, much faster than that.
That's News 24 Kenya's Dennis Masinde. Thank you so much for joining us today, Dennis.
Thank you very much, Jerusha.